Yeah, meteorological services come in handy on a day like this. We've got some great-looking clouds floating through the sky today. Some are dark and ominous and threatening, and others, well, they're, as we say, lovely. How about this shot? Mariah Gallegos catching this heart-shaped cloud. It was nice to see because this is about the only pretty cloud in the sky out there because the weather is anything but pretty right now, especially in the east-central parts of the state. Got some big thunderstorms roaming the horizon out here. Flood advisories, Nebraska, Quay County, get into Curry, Roosevelt County, severe thunderstorm warnings, and even a tornado watch across the state line into Texas. And let's bring the radar in and you can see what we're talking about here. Some pretty good thunderstorms really lighting things up around Portales and stretching north to the southern reaches of Clovis there in southern parts of Curry County. This is by far the strongest thunderstorm we've watched all day long out there. It's produced winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, hail, pea to marble size. So that will qualify this thing as a severe storm. But this is just one of many storms we've been watching today. Still a lot of activity showing up in the northern mountains and along the east slopes of the Sangre de Cristos here. What has happened is we talked about yesterday, a cool front has made its way in, and that front is the focal mechanism for some of the storms. And we had enough leftover moisture to get a sprinkle or two in the metro, but really the most active weather in the metro may hold off until late tonight or tomorrow. And let me show you why. We've still got this front making its move off towards the west and south as we speak. Behind the front, moisture is increasing. Obviously, moisture, one of the main ingredients for generating these scattered showers. And then when you get right along the frontal boundary itself, such as the case from Portales back into the northern mountains, you get that extra little bit of lift on the front, and that helps create some of these very strong storms. So the front passes into the metro tonight. We'll get a canyon wind event. I'm thinking winds 20, 30, maybe up to 40 miles per hour towards midnight tonight. And then the after effects into the day on Wednesday. Cooler weather in the east, 10 to 15 degrees, and still scattered thunderstorms in what remains of that frontal boundary. And I think that'll be right along the mountain, say from the Sacramentos to the Sandia and back into parts of the Sangre de Cristo. So it could be a little busy again on Wednesday, but I think will be our final day of thunderstorms out of this active weather pattern. 81 degrees the high temperature today. We were well on our way to making normal before a brief shower rolled over the sunport. Kind of cool things back to 76 here, and you can really see some rain-cooled air showing up here across north central and northeastern New Mexico. Rain cool, cloud cover, and of course a cool front in this area as well, but 90s galore down to the south where skies have cleared out, and that's because this is where the dry air is. Dry air wins the battle later this week. Later this week it gets hot, but in the short term we look ahead to Wednesday and one last day of some afternoon showers and storms. Temperatures not showing a big change across the northwest plateau, but here's where that 10 to 15 degrees worth of cooling will take place in the northeast and east central parts of the state. Lordsburg dimming ablaze, mid-90s down that way. We'll be 90s west of the Sacramentos, Alamogordo 91, but slightly cooler down onto the southeastern plains and into the east mountains as well. There'll be a lot more cloud cover than actual rainfall as we roll through the day Wednesday, as tomorrow will again feature those hit or miss afternoon showers or storms, but there will be enough moisture present that we will include those storms for at least one more day. That's all you're going to get. Next 7 days in Santa Fe, chance for showers on Wednesday. Then we dry things out and head back to a more normal weather pattern for the first week of June, and with June being one of our typically warmest months of the year, you might expect temperature gets near 90 in Albuquerque. I've been saying this for several days in a row, Jess. 90 on Friday.
We're all waiting for it. All right. Thank you, Jason. Sports is next.